And as all of you sit there checking out that description, that is right. I am the YouTuber of YouTubers. I am the golden one. I am Ricky Goldman. This right here is the channel that you won't be cashing in, but you must pay me the pounds, the dollars, everything, because it is the People's Wrestling Channel, and this is the 2023 Money in the Bank predictions. We've got two guests with me before I bring them in. London is ready. London is ready to acknowledge. London is ready to sing along. London is ready to host Money in the Bank. At first, I thought this was a throwaway pay-per-view, but you've got a few people on the card I think going to make it big. And WWE took over London. But let me first play this, because after 31 years, there's going to be a WWE pay-per-view in England. 31 years we have waited that long. So I'll play this one first. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Oh, money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. That is right, Money in the Bank this Saturday live at the O2 Arena in London, England. We've got a comment from Justin One's up for the Golden Chief. That is right. So let me bring in my first guest, a man that hasn't not appeared on this channel for a long while. He's the king. He's a legend. He is the man himself, calling himself King Uso. That's right. Acknowledge. It is Elvis. I acknowledge you, Elvis.
Acknowledge me.
I do. So how are you today?
Darn skippy. Oh shit!
And how everything?
Dang it! Hold on.
Oh,
had to decline a phone call. I was getting a phone call. Well,
how dare they interrupt this right now? They must acknowledge you. And how everything has been going. It's been a long time since we spoke, but.
What was that?
How have things been going? It's been a long time since we spoke.
It's been going well. It's been, what, 2 years or so since I've been on here?
Yeah, it's been a long time. I'd like to bring in my other guest, the reigning, defending quiz champion. Maybe Elvis can challenge him. I know his wrestling knowledge is good. He is the Irish ace, all the way from Ireland. Acknowledge your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. It is Ian. I don't know why.
Well, Elvis, if you want to come on and challenge, more than welcome to. I've always wanted to kill the king.
Okay, so Ian, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm good.
And are you ready for the first pay-per-view in England after 31 years, Money in the Bank, this Saturday live from the O2 Arena?
I will be watching at home. I'll be watching it with the girlfriend. So yeah, I'll be ready.
And are you ready, Elvis?
I was born ready.
There we go. A nice quick answer. So let's run through these matches. There's obviously a certain one we all know want to really talk about in depth, and the rest to me. So let's go to this one that got played, I believe, last night, or either on SmackDown. For now, the undisputed women's tag team titles, or NXT women's tag titles are no more. Your current reigning defending champions, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I like that Shayna's getting a push. This should be good. I think Ronda and Shayna win. Elvis, what do you think?
I agree, but this match should be under 5-6 minutes.
Probably. Do you like the push that Shayna's getting?
Well, I think it's a little bit too late. Why hasn't she been the champion since she's been?
Correct, yeah. She's been coming multiple times over, and it's Vince. That's what it is. Anyway, Ian, do the champions retain, or do we see brand new champions this Saturday live?
Yeah, they do. But like,
So, I'll start that again because you just totally interrupted your travel, Chief. So, do we see brand new champions, or do the champions retain live this Saturday?
the champions retained this Saturday. Like, it's only a little push for Shayna because she's already been a women's tag team champion. Like, the only reason she was supposed to win that title that night at Becky Lynch, but like, I think she got pushed back because of her age and her wrestling style. But no, she and Ronda retain.
Do you like there's never a quick answer. Do you like the push that Shayna's getting?
It's grand, like, but no, they're both going to retain because
Shayna and Ronda retain. What makes zero sense to just give it the titles for them for them Liv and Raquel to take them. But yeah, can't see that happening. This is Shayna's push, but should she have been a multi-time champion by now? Definitely.
If they're going to drop those titles at some point, they're going to drop them to Chance and Carter.
What I would have done is money. So we're talking about Money in the Bank as a concept, as a match. It started at WrestleMania 21, so 19 years as a pay-per-view. 13 years. So stick it back onto Mania. I would have had Shayna. You have Shayna win. Ronda helps her because she doesn't need the title. Then they go on to win the women's tag titles. Then they'll lose them by whoever pins Ronda. So that's a big win for them. You keep Shayna protected. Ronda beats up the champion. Shayna cashes in. There you go. She should have beaten Bianca. That's what I would have done. Certainly with the men's as well. What those three probably have done since winning at Mania.
So you wouldn't have let Asuka be champion?
Yeah, I would have given Shayna. If I was booking, Shayna would have become champion by beating Bianca, winning Money in the Bank. It should be back onto Mania, or just scrap it completely. Do you agree, Elvis? Do you want to see it back onto Mania, or do you think as a pay-per-view it should just be gone?
Altogether? Because it's not what it used to be anymore. It's like, and we talked about this before, it's like Elimination Chamber. It's like Hell in a Cell, so on and so forth. And then Extreme Rules too. It's like, really, it's just a no disqualification match. You can use anything. Well, Extreme Rules, no holds bar, false count anywhere, all street fight. All are the same thing. It's no DQ. It's just a different gimmick name.
Yeah, exactly. It's just they're all the same. It's just a different name. So the only two themed pay-per-views I would keep: Rumble, Survivor Series. The rest gone. Chamber, Extreme Rules was better last year, but Hell in a Cell definitely gone. The Money in the Bank gone. Just no.
Well,
They've definitely run their course. It's just.
A pay-per-view that needs to be brought back is Judgment Day.
Yeah, bring back all pay-per-views. Do what NXT are doing. Bring back all pay-per-views.
No mercy.
No mercy. Anything but what we've got.
Armageddon.
Anything.
They would actually be good because here's the thing to remember that last year the teamed pay-per-views, apart from Money in the Bank, they were all scrapped last year because in September we're getting Payback, and October we're getting Fastlane, and November Survivor Series. But
Hell in a Cell's gone, but feel like gimmick premium live events need to go. Yeah, I agree. Rumble, Survivor Series, the only two I would keep. The rest, you really run your course and done everything you can with them.
Yeah,
and then who could ever forget the best pay-per-view ever that I didn't even watch 1 minute of, the infamous Great Balls of Fire. I don't even know one match that was on there.
December to Dismember when it was WWE ECW. The Hardys were on and the Elimination Chamber was actually inventive, but as a pay-per-view...
That whole pay-per-view fell apart after the Hardys match.
Anyway, let's move on. We're spending way too much time. So, another match that got made last night for the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther, the longest reign, not longest reigning champion yet, but definitely on the way, taking on Matt Riddle. I don't really like Riddle, but I do like Gunther. He's one of the very few things I like about Raw. Surely he retains here. He's got to do. I don't see Riddle winning. Ian, what do you think?
Gunter, but by August he'll have broken Honky Tonk and Savage's reign. Gunter to retain.
Yeah, and Elvis.
Monday, we will see in loving memory of Matt Riddle with a 10-bell salute.
So you're going for Gunther then, which so it's kind of an all-around thing. Everybody's going for Gunther. Gunther, yes. Gunther. And then before we get into the match, I'll just play a video. And let me play this. Give me a second. Bit of a mix up with the videos there, but yes, my protein teas, my socials, and never forgetting what you must acknowledge is GW only £11. Buy one now. Everybody knows they want one. Justin, Ian, Elvis, the world knows they need a GWO t-shirt. It's that, Elvis. That and that, because it's Gull World Order and Travel. Anyway, Gunther retains. The match is going to be awesome. Yeah, I think it'll be a good match. We got to see it being this version of Riddle to dethrone Gunther. Good match, I agree. And very quickly, and we'll get onto this later, but I think Gunther should be the one to win the Rumble and go on to beat Reigns. So I suppose let's discuss this one. So American Nightmare Cody Rhodes takes on Dominic Mysterio. The thought process behind this is just Dominic's good at getting heat. Let's stick Cody on the card. But Cody won the Rumble, beat Lesnar. Now we're meant to believe that he's going to lose to Dominic. For me, Cody's just, should he be the one to beat Reigns? Not at all. Okay, he might sell merch, he might get a pop. No, should he be the guy to beat his whole 3 titles and fourth longest reigning champion ever? And no, Cody is winning this. Right, Elvis, what do you think?
Well, I'll throw you for a loop. I am going for the second generation superstar. I'm going for the son of a WWE Hall of Famer.
But what does that mean? Cody when he goes against Lesnar?
Well, Cody has to win this match because it'll make him look weak. Condom, which I like to call him, could afford this loss. It means nothing.
Yeah, and once Cody beats Lesnar, what's left? Very quickly, I would have had him face Omos. Okay, Omos is awful in the ring, but he's still looks like a big win. He's a giant. Edge, Lashley, 2 big wins for Cody. Then on SmackDown. Anyway, Ian, Cody Rhodes or Dominic?
Definitely Cody, because everyone is thinking Dom is going to win because he's going to get Brock Lesnar help, but Brock Lesnar won't go to England. Yeah.
He might be on the Tron or something, but I can't see him coming to England. But then they don't make this pay-per-view big, but probably not.
No, exactly not.
I don't blame Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't want to go to England either.
His money. But he might show up. Doubtful because he doesn't like to travel and he comes up to Saudi. Anyway, either Cody wins and then Brock shows up, or Brock shows up and costs Cody the match. More leaning towards the first one. I don't think Lesnar shows up at all. Probably maybe on the Tron and does something.
I don't think Lesnar will show up because his next appearance is supposed to be July 3rd.
Who knows? Who cares? They might have him turn up to make this feel like a big deal, but I don't see it. So
the big reveal that the match they may have is going to be a bull rope match.
Right. Okay. So let's go to this one. For the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. The man Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Hall of Famer, thank her now, Trish Stratus, Zelina Vega, Bayley, and Io Sky. Elvis, I'm going to come to you first. Who leaves with the briefcase?
Whoever climbs the ladder and retrieves the briefcase. Okay, how I see
but who's your pick?
How I see it breaking out, it's not going to be Becky Lynch. She doesn't need the push. And it's not going to be Zoe Stark. It's too early. Those two are going to feud. They're going to have a SummerSlam match. That's already pretty much in the books. And then with Bayley, she doesn't need the push, so I don't know why she's in there. Zelina Vega just lost, so that leaves Io Sky and thank you, Trish. Does Trish Stratus have one more run as champion in her? Well, Io Sky, climb that ladder, retrieve it, and become your next woman's Money in the Bank. Io Sky.
Okay. I'll go to Ian first, and then I'll say my thoughts. Go on, Ian. So, who leaves this Saturday in London with a women's Money in the Bank briefcase?
Definitely Io Sky. Like, I know they thought there was a bit of an idea for Becky Lynch to win it, but Becky Lynch broke the golden rule. Don't touch the prize before the pay-per-view. It's the kind of rule. It's the rule Reigns broke before Crown Jewel. So Becky's broke that. It's going to be Io because I think they're going to build towards Io versus Asuka.
So, what Justin said, let's see. Pulling for Io to win would rather the title be part of the eventual Damage Control breakup than the terrible Becky Lynch Trish Stratus. So, Becky doesn't need it. See, if you have Io win, if you're going to ask her a long title reign, then I'd ask Io win. Otherwise, no. Bayley, I think this is leading to Damage Control splitting up. Split up another team. Now, someone said on Facebook, Zoe Stark wins, gives a briefcase to Trish. Trish cashes in, and Becky costs her, setting up the match for SummerSlam. Could they do that? I think Trish is probably done after SummerSlam. See, this is about making careers. I think Zelina does it. It's about making careers and making moments. LWO are quite popular. I think Zelina's taking it, I think. Right, go on, Ian, what you were saying quickly.
No, I was going to say, no, they won't have that. I think they'll continue the streak of women's Money in the Bank being successful. And Trish doesn't need it either. Say what you want about Becky, Trish doesn't need it. Becky could win that in
correct, but then that will be a good way to get to that. See, it should have been Trish, Becky, Money in the Bank. Becky wins and the 1-1, but okay.
There's still time for that. There's still time for 2 more matches because it's supposed to be a trilogy. I know they seem to be leaning towards a Becky Rhea feud as well at some point, but I think
this could play ending it. So I think Trish is done by SummerSlam. So again, if I was booking, I would have done Trish, Becky wins, and then she wins her 3rd one at SummerSlam. Unless she is sticking around, so we'll have to wait and see.
Well, like she's drafted to Raw as well, so she would be sticking around. She can be a manager she can mentor Zoe Stark.
That's one of the very few things about Raw, like Gunther, Judgment Day, Trish. I like that she's sticking around. I like that she's mentoring Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark's come from nothing and being mentored by Trish. There are things I like about Raw, but as a 3-hour program, it's hard to watch. Anyway, another video, and then there's 3 more matches left, isn't there? Yeah. I was going to say there's only 2. So we'll play this. I'll play the right one this time. So right there, and me, follow me, do all of that, and let's go into the next match, which is for the World Heavyweight Championship. Sing his song. It's Seth freaking Rollins taking on Finn Balor. A new attitude with Finn Balor. This is a big moment, a big match for him. The first pay-per-view in England after 31 years. But he's not winning here. Seth Rollins, have him going to Mania as champion. He retains here. Elvis, what do you think?
I agree. This is just another throwaway match. We just had this match, last month on Raw or whatever, month and a half ago. And I don't watch it for the full 3 hours. So
you're not missing it. You're not missing very much.
And I'm even up with the program. I only saw about 3 matches last night or so.
That's all you need to really watch. Exactly. Big moment for Finn. Big match for Finn. It is Raw level, along with Cody and Dominic. Raw level. It's not like, should this be on pay-per-view? Not really, but okay. Ian, does Seth retain, or do we see the first ever? No, not first ever. Sheamus won it. It was the first ever Irish-born world champion, but Sheamus won it. So anyway, your thoughts, your pick?
Seth to win. This is more than just a Raw match than what we saw a couple of weeks ago. Things have changed now. Like, they brought in the fact that of the events of what happened at SummerSlam in 2016 to increase Finn's heel character and to increase his rage on Seth Rollins. Because definitely for this story, Seth Rollins feels like the bad guy because he was the one that injured Finn that day at SummerSlam 2016.
But he's still a Raw level match. This doesn't scream, "Oh, this should be on a pay-per-view."
But it's on a pay-per-view now because they're using the history of what happened that day.
It's still, as Elvis said, it happened 3-4 weeks ago. It's Raw level. It's a big moment for Finn and a big match for Finn, but it's Raw level. It's not like, this match is happening. Oh.
But I'm liking the way Finn is stepping up his aggression. Like, that video package
that was good, was really nice. But it's still Raw level. Justin's got a lot to say. Seth retains easily. Story they've told with Seth and Finn makes sense, but definitely could have been more effective if they didn't have so many matches routines. SummerSlam, and exactly, yeah, they have many matches before. They had a match on Raw 3-4 weeks ago. This is going to be good. It's a big moment for Finn, but Raw level.
But they've really gone. They've used a lot. I'm surprised they haven't used Becky Lynch in a Seth Rollins Finn feud.
One final video, and then we'll go into the 2 final matches. So let's just play this. That's right. He's right. LWO to GWO for life. As you sit, as everyone sits there, checks out that description. So, 2 final matches left. Next up is another Money in the Bank ladder match. Who leaves home with this? Who leaves home and calls themselves Mr. Money in the Bank? So, we've got the high-flying Ricochet, LA Knight, LWO Santos, Escobar, the megastar, the real megastar in this match, Logan Paul, England's own Butch, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Damian Priest. I've got a lot of thoughts about this one, so Elvis, will come to you first. Who's leaving on Saturday, Mr. Money in the Bank?
Well, I'm going to throw you for a loop here. And what I sent you earlier about the predictions a couple days ago, yesterday, whenever, about this twist. Remember 2016, 2017 or so, when Ali was going to take the briefcase and Brock Lesnar came out and pulled it down?
Yeah.
It won't be Brock Lesnar. How about I hear voices? Randy.
Definitely not. Definitely not. He's got a back injury. and definitely doesn't need.
But if he doesn't return, just do a throwaway. Since you damn text message. Hold on. Go away. Okay, I'll get to that text message later. But anywho, see, I got a phone call earlier. Now text message, different people. But anywho,
you're in demand.
How about if Zelina Vega does win, like you were saying, and then Santos Escobar wins? Let's have that. Why not?
Okay, so Ricochet, he's there for the high spots. Let's see what Justin pulling for LA Knight, build a new story for the unit to some headline news. So Ricochet, I like what they're doing with him. He's made a hit for the high spots, but no. Butch, did they do it just because it's the UK? Probably not. Santos, that'd be cool, but I think it's too early. Damian Priest, then you're splitting up Judgment Day, which has been a good heel faction. So no. LA Knight, no, is not world championship material. Is he good in the microphone? Yes. Is he good in the ring? No, I can't think of one match that I recommend to anybody and go and watch that. So he's never had a good match. He's not a good wrestler. If he wins and cashes in, he gets cheered as a heel. So he's doing a bad job as a heel. No heel should get cheered. Be MJF, be it Roman Reigns. A heel should not be cheered. They should be booed out of the building. So it will not be LA Knight. Nakamura. Who else have we got in this one? I forgot already.
The megastar.
I'm getting to him in a second, but isn't there somebody else? Oh, okay. So Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul does it for world headline news. Logan Paul, an actual star, and somebody that some people actually know. Unlike and it says a lot just to have him in this match. Their current talent couldn't pull people in. Seeing if he doesn't win, his name is pulling people in. So, I think he wins, waits till WrestleMania, and he catches in then. Mega headline news. Logan Paul's world champion at WrestleMania. There you go. And he catches in on Rollins, getting revenge for this year's Mania. If Logan Paul wins, Finn will beat up Seth after he loses. Logan will cash in and leave him Money in the Bank with the World Championship. I don't see him cashing in this Saturday. I see he has to have, who knows about the WrestleMania.
You would want to build that, especially if it's Logan Paul. He's different than when Kane cashed in right away. I would just build that and tease it and tease it and tease it because he's not going to be around every week.
And Logan gets heat. He's an incredible athlete, but for some reason disliked, and he gets heat. People really dislike him. Unlike LA Knight, people want to cheer LA Knight. Nobody wants to cheer Logan Paul. He's on his podcast saying, "Look, I've won this. I'm gonna cash in anytime I like."
So then,
made world headline news.
And then, correct me if I'm wrong. For Saturday, there's no Asuka defending her title, and Rhea's not defending her title. Correct?
Well, I presume they're going to make Asuka, Charlotte, Bianca.
That's for Friday.
No, it's Asuka, Charlotte Friday, but presume they're going to make a triple threat. Who knows? They might not be. There might be just 7 matches, but I'm guessing they'll make a third. An 8. So yeah, Logan Paul wins, flaunts over everybody, saying, "I've won this." If LA Knight wins, he's not beating Reigns. Does he go and beat Carmelo? And Rollins, he's just not world championship material. He would get cheered as a heel, which heels, whoever they are, should be booed out the building, completely booed. And I know we're living in a different era. KV's more or less dead. Social media has really changed wrestling, and heels can't be the same heels that they were before Facebook and all that existed. But he'd be cheered as a heel, and heels shouldn't be cheered, no matter who they are. they want a major headline, then Logan Paul not winning Money in the Bank, but the World Championship, want to say, but then how does he win the world title? I think he wins Money in the Bank. Anyway, Ian, I'm guessing I know your pick, but go on. I thought you muted yourself, but there you go.
No, I was just waiting at the right time. Second time doing this. Yeah, I'm going LA Knight 100%.
So in your eyes, LA Knight's World Championship material. Go ahead and tell me a good match he's had.
He hasn't had the thing is, you can't.
There we go, then.
But hang on. I'd let you talk. You let me talk. It's not that he hasn't had good matches. Like, he had good matches in NXT. He hasn't had a chance to have a proper good match because first he was stuck with Maximum Male Models, and then he was drawn into an overlong feud with Bray Wyatt, and he wasn't really getting a chance to do much but put a few people over. So now he does need to have he needs to have a moment because he is just such a good talker. And did you watch his Chris Van Vliet interview?
No, is it Reigns? Unless it's Reigns, I'm not interested. So no.
He talked about how he was nearly fired by WWE and Hunter saved him. So I don't
care. Not Reigns. I have no interest.
No surprise there.
There we go. He's not a good match, and you're saying, well, he needs the right opponent. Who is the right opponent when everybody else feels secondary to Reigns? There is no right opponent.
He had a great match with Cody during the WrestleMania build. That was a good match for him, but he just hasn't had that right feud. So now, and he's had a good match.
It wasn't exactly a 5-star match. Let's go and watch that back. It was. I don't think he ever had a good match.
He had a good match with Ray on SmackDown where he actually beat Ray clean as a whistle. It got a bit messy.
And that's a big win, is it? Okay, yes, Ray's a legend, Hall of Fame, one of the greatest of all time. But Ray's been a jobber ever since going in the Hall of Fame.
But hang on, he's not being a jobber. He's just doing the role of putting new people over.
And the last time he won a big match
was Mania against Dominic. Oh, by the way,
not a big match. So the last time he won a big match.
By the way, Elvis, that was 2019 when Ali didn't get the Money in the Bank. That was 2019, not 2016.
The last time Ray won a big match is months and months and months. Therefore, LA Knight beating him means something because he's a legend and a Hall of Famer, but at the same time means nothing because Bray's not had a big match win for a while. So and it's like beating the Miz. Miz, former world champion, WWE champion, all of that. Yes, big win for Ciampa, but at the same time, Miz has not won a big match for a while. So,
but yeah, but like the likes of Bray and Miz are at that stage where they just let's start putting new talent over. Where they've done their fair share of the lot, and now they have.
But then if Miz is losing week in, week out, if somebody beats him, it's like, yeah, you just lost another match. How's it a big win?
He didn't lose this week because at least they just got through the stage of like continuing the feud where he has beat down Ciampa. So, but
for mostly Witt loses every week. He lost twice at Mania, so he's not won a big match for a while. He's just a jobber. Unfortunately, Ray's a glorified jobber. Nat beating him means something because he's a Hall of Famer. But at the same time, not really. Nat's never had a good match. Got on a microphone, he'd be cheered as a heel, which is never good.
And then what happens in the Money in the Bank match if Bray Wyatt returns, though?
Who does he attack?
He just climbs up the ladder and retrieves the briefcase. Anything is possible. Always expect the unexpected.
There are rumors Drew McIntyre.
Actually, I was about to ask Elvis that because I talked about you with that before, and you said it didn't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter, but Elvis is just discussing it, so we'll quickly discuss it for about 10 seconds. Rumors are Drew McIntyre returns.
He should be a heel. Yes. People like him as a face, but I think he's a better heel.
I think he'll come back as a heel and attack Seth Rollins.
It's just like Triple H in his day. He was better as a heel than as a face. He was still loved and everything, even as a heel when he was a dickhead.
So let's get to the main event. Let me play this first. Hang on. Right. So it is.
We're gonna play the whole song.
I'm not playing the whole song, just a little bit. I'll show this. It's your tribal chief for 1,031 days. The head of the table, the greatest of all time, Roman Reigns, and his tag team partner, the Enforcer Solo Sikoa, takes on the ungrateful Usos, Jay and Jimmy, in a bloodline civil war. Let me turn that off. So it is your 1,031 day champion with now 3 world titles. Ian, is your tribal chief Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa winning, or do the Usos take the win here?
I think the Usos take the win with Solo taking the pin to set up Jimmy at SummerSlam with Roman and then Jay at Payback.
Reigns won't be at Payback. He's not on the poster, so he won't be there. Usos get the win by beating Solo. I mean, you're making Solo look weak anyway. After the match, Reigns gets aggravated with Solo because of Solo's fuse. I don't see Solo turning on him yet.
Heyman still can also control Solo as well.
Elvis, is Roman Reigns and Solo winning here, or do they use the ungrateful Usos get the W?
Heyman doesn't control Solo. Heyman can't even control his own bowel movements. Wow. And then I told you in the chat, Ricky, a couple days ago, I see the return of Rikishi.
Could cost Reigns and Solo the win.
He might interfere, but Solo will get that Samoan spike to his daddy. And your winners. See, I don't see it as a pinfall, though. I see Roman choking main event Jey Uso out.
Yeah.
It's like, just choke him out. It's that simple, and then Rikishi gets knocked out by Solo. But then, is Rikishi still in shape to team up with the Usos, and then Solo and Roman could find a third partner, and it could be a 6-man tag team at SummerSlam.
But who'd the third partner be?
Their third partner. A new member of the bloodline, a new family member. They got like 20 people in the family.
This is their third partner making his debut. Ricky.
Me. I would like Reigns take the win. Reigns will be taking the win. So I don't see Reigns getting pinned. No. If you pin Solo, he starts a little weak. And if the Usos lose, what's been the point of any of this? Reigns has definitely elevated the Usos to a main event level. Main evented Solo, main evented Zayn. Just many of the great things Reigns has done. I see the Usos winning, but you're making Solo look weak. So
I kind of see where Elvis is going at with this, but you choke out main event Jey Uso, and you decimate him for a while. That leads to Roman versus Jimmy at SummerSlam, because it was Jimmy who did the kick, and it was Jimmy who got more to blame than Jay after they lost the tag titles. So I say we get Roman versus Jimmy at SummerSlam.
And then they could also plan it like this. The referee is distracted by Paul Heyman by getting on the apron or throwing a chair in the ring. Then you hear Rikishi's music. Rikishi waddles down and beats the holy hell out of Paul Heyman. Hey, Paul Heyman is Solo's partner and Roman's partner. Heyman, Solo, Roman versus the Usos and Rikishi. Book it, Triple H, if you...
Yeah. And Rikishi and after Heyman. But Rikishi doesn't have to do much. He makes Solo look weak if he loses, but keep it back in...
Well, Rikishi's old. He's down near 60. He's old.
He wouldn't do much, and Heyman wouldn't do much. It'd be Reigns, Solo, and the Usos doing the work. But then that's another pay-per-view that Reigns defending the title. Well, as amazing it is that Reigns holds 3 titles and 1,031 days, They haven't defended since Mania. It's ridiculous. Like, okay, I get it. Ron?
Seth Rollins has more title defenses than Reigns at the moment.
There you go. So I get it, but then they're making Reigns look like God, like immortal, and awesome, but ridiculous.
I just thought of something.
Come on.
If we go back to the men's Money in the Bank match, we could see a return. How I said Randy Orton earlier, or Bray Wyatt. How about we see the return of R-Truth? But instead of R-Truth putting up a ladder, he puts tables up and thinks it's a table match.
Where's R-Truth gone? He got injured on NXT and not been seen since.
A match that never needed to be booked. He didn't even have to be in NXT for that match.
He hasn't recovered, has he not, Ian?
No, I don't think he's recovered.
Yeah. So one final question. Do either of you see men or women's cashing in? Because we know that the women cash in on the same night they have done for previous years.
No.
Now, under Triple H booking, you would hope that doesn't happen. I think no. Ian, what do you think? Men or women cashing in on the same night?
No, I don't think women are cashing in because none of the women's champions are defending because Asuka's defending on Friday on SmackDown and Rhea's defending on Monday on Raw.
How do you know he's not a triple threat on Money in the Bank?
Well, that could happen as well, but no, I think they'll save the cash in for SummerSlam if they're going to have Io versus Asuka. But I would love to see. I would love if Io did win. I'd like to know like if WWE is ever doing another tour of Japan and you could have the match there, Io versus Asuka. One-on-one.
I think you should give Asuka a long title run. So, yeah.
Did you know who I think is going to be the big winner, or I should say winners, on Saturday?
Go on. The fans?
The fans. You got it.
I can already go tribal chief.
I agree with you on that one. The English crowd is always good. Like, the Welsh crowd was very good last year. Like, I'm going to see them in Dublin on Thursday, and that's always a good crowd. Like
Elvis. Sorry. Go on. Go on, Ian.
Welsh crowd have been great. The Puerto Ricans were great at Backlash. Yeah, you're going to have a great crowd when they come to England.
That's because England, Wales, Ireland, Puerto Rico hardly get wrestling, so it's like, let's pop. Yeah. Let's be a great crowd so they come back. That's why.
They're more patient than the Americans.
Yeah. Elvis, do you see either men or women cashing in on Saturday night, Saturday evening?
Negative. But going back with you guys finally having a PLE, a pay-per-view, after a million years, do you see maybe 4, 5, 6 years down the line, WrestleMania being in your neck of the woods?
Possibly. Well, we'll quickly discuss this real quick. So AEW, Wembley, I can't see WWE, I don't know how many it is now, it's 50, 60, 70,000, whatever it is, amazing. AEW have done amazing. But I can't see Vince or Triple H or whoever in WWE saying they put that on and we're putting nothing on. So we could get a SummerSlam, I think. Maybe Mania 43 is in Nashville? I think I saw something the other day. So it won't be Mania 43. Yeah, we might get a SummerSlam.
I don't think WWE needs to put on anything the same day as the AEW English show because they have Payback on September 2nd and AEW is doing All Out in Chicago on September 3rd. And plus, anyway, WWE pay-per-views are Saturday. AEW has Collision on Saturday, so WWE will win there.
WWE will look at All In and think they've done this. We must now do something, and I can see that.
Well, if WWE
I can see us getting a SummerSlam at least next year, possibly.
Well, if WWE wants to do something to look at AEW, look at what happened with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, because they probably had the best match of the year so far.
I didn't watch any of that.
Oh, it's very good. It's very good.
It is.
That match.
We kind of buffered a little bit.
And then
lots of issues with StreamYard. Anyway,
and then
we're very, very quick to discuss AEW. So Elvis, I'll come to you first. Do you think it's a good that is it 70,000 now in Wembley Stadium? Do you think that's a good thing for them?
I guess so. Of course, I've never been outside of the States, so it's good for you guys. But real quickly, completely off topic, that has nothing to do with wrestling. Of course, it was in the news over here and worldwide. What do you guys think about those knuckleheads that went adios by going to see the Titanic and they never saw the Titanic wreckage?
Real quick. Didn't it cost thousands? Didn't it cost millions? I don't know. But that must be
the tickets were $250,000, which I don't know what that equals in pounds.
Jesus Christ. There we go. So expensive. You talk about £150,000. A lot of money. I bet that was a great once in a lifetime opportunity, but they died, so not that good.
That's some scary shit. I'll never be going down to see the Titanic again.
And then over there in Ireland,
I'll never go down to see the Titanic.
And then in Ireland, is it also pounds you guys pay into or no?
What?
In Ireland, is your money pounds or is it a different kind of currency? Francs?
We have euro. We're part of the European Union.
Euro.
But here's the thing. We don't need to go down to that part to see the Titanic because we have the Titanic Museum in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Which is also the
like I said, it cost a load, and I bet it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, but they died, so it is what it is. Ian, quickly, your very quick thoughts on. I don't know what the numbers is. You will know more than me. Is it 70,000 now for all in? How many is it?
I'm not 100% sure. I'll look it up now in a sec.
Okay. As Elvis is showing, is that Benjamin Franklin? Is that the $1 bill?
It's all about the Benjamins, play. It's all about.
Is that the $1 bill? No, $1 bill. $100 bill. Right? Yeah. Who's on the rest of your money? Who's on the $1 and the $5 and?
George Washington is on the $1. $5. Abe Lincoln. 10 is Hamilton, which he was never a president. 20 is Jefferson, which he was a dickhead.
You have $50 over there.
Oh, you mean this right here? Hold on.
Show me. Yeah. Do you have 50 cents as well? Never mind.
Yes. We have 50 cents. I have it somewhere on the table.
You're breaking up here. 60,000. I think that's still good. Well, I'll come to you in a second, but go on, Elvis. Who's that? That's George Washington. No, yeah.
Thomas Jefferson.
Okay. Was he your president?
He was our second president. This is what you're just talking about.
That's George Washington. Yeah.
No, Grant.
No.
Grant.
Who's on the Mount Rushmore? Who were there? Quickly, who were there?
Mount Rushmore. Oh shit! Abe Lincoln and two others.
I think it's 3 others. Anyway, so Ian, quickly. So 60,000 is great. Yeah, I'm not the biggest AEW fan. You'll know that. Elvis will know that. The world knows that. The pay-per-views are good, but Dynamite is just it's harder to watch than Raw. But yeah, quickly, your thoughts, Ian, on 60,000 on no matches.
It's good. Like there's still time to build matches. If there's any match, I'm hoping it'd be round 3 for Omega and Ospreay. Oh, by the way,
that's definitely made up.
The ratings really dipped for a Collision this last week.
That's definitely. Is that real? Oh, of course, he was president. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's scary looking.
Donald J.
That's not real, is it? Is that real, is it?
No, it's not.
He's not on money. He's not on money. What's that? Is that the White House?
Yeah. And then are you enjoying your new king over there across the pond?
I was going to say that real quick. We'll have to change our money, won't we? Because the Queen was on our money, and King will have to. Well, if he survives that long, he'll have to change money. Anyway, so yeah, Ian, I think that's good for AEW.
It is.
But I won't be rushing along to them, and I would go only because it's in the Wembley Stadium and I've never been. But other than that, no. So thank you for joining me, and I'll put you backstage and chat for a little bit if you want. Thank you, Ian. And Elvis will promote it together tonight. PMP, Pancakes and Power Slams. Tell everybody about it, Elvis.
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which that would be 5 hours ahead. So 3 o'clock your time? 2 o'clock.
About 5 a.m. my time.
Well, no, because you're 7 hours ahead of me and you're 5 hours ahead of Chris. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 a.m. your time.
NXT finishes about 3, half 3, depending if they go overtime for me, and then it's about an hour roughly after NXT, isn't it? So standard time is 9 p.m. and EST. Eastern time is
Eastern Standard Time is 9 p.m. But I'm on Mountain Standard Time, which is Eastern Standard Time 11 p.m. My bad. 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. your time. You're right. I was thinking Mountain Standard Time.
So yes, PMP tonight, the hottest show there is, and the Sportskeeda, Bill Apter and Dr. Chris Featherstone, they'll be on Sportskeeda tonight, so give them a massive like.
Get it fucking like a monkey, brother. If we are hot, talk about hot
tonight or not. Have they got a guest tonight, Elvis, or is it just Chris and Bill?
I have not checked, so I can't give you an answer.
Some weeks they have a guest, some weeks they don't. A couple of weeks ago it was Mr. Kennedy or Mr. Anderson. So tune in, Sportskeeda and PAP, Pancakes and Power Slams, the hottest show. Go and like and subscribe to them. They need all the support they can. So, and I put the link in the description as well. So check the description out.
I have one more thing to say.
Okay, go on.
The entire universe acknowledge me.
We acknowledge you. Right. So thank you to Elvis for joining me. I'll just put you backstage for now. I'll finish up here. So thank you. So podcasts, first of all, In Time Wrestling Podcast, and do go and follow Just In Time 211 on Twitter. DOMCAST as well, into your eFeds, TWF Network, ASPW Production, and Ray Dog Extreme Wrestling, Red Billy Ray Dog F8. Go and check out my interview with Billy. He told you all about it. And if you enjoy promo-based eFeds, it is Promo Performance Alliance PPA. So predictions are done. So coming up this weekend, the biggest weekend ever, SmackDown, Money in the Bank. I'll leave my journey to it. If nothing else, might even do a review. So my journey to and review of possibly SmackDown and Money in the Bank. If you guys are going, everybody watching, you're going, come and say hello to me. So plenty of things have been going on this weekend. Money in the Bank store, in the Auto Arena, Wrestling Store, D'Lo Brown, Wrestling Days, and a guy from Mattel will be there. That's in Waterloo East Station. There's WWE has took over London. They're all over buses. There's plenty of banners. There's plenty going on. There's meet and greets at Smith's Toy Store. Butch and Kofi Kingston will be there. So there's plenty going on this weekend. And also in the Auto Arena, Slug and Lettuce, come along. Progress and Hooked on Wrestling are putting on an afternoon, doing some Friday and Saturday, hold the Progress World title. They're doing wrestling tunes on, wrestling cocktails, wrestling giveaways. So plenty happening this weekend. That is right, Justin. Everybody do like and subscribe. Get me to 291 subscribers. Get me to 300. Like and subscribe. And it is Ricky Goldman.